Hey everyone, I'm Alyssa Ramos from My Let's Travel Movie, and this is my new series, Dangerous Places I Traveled to Solo and Loved. And I made it because a lot of people say, why are you going there? Aren't you scared to go there as a solo female traveler? And I usually go anyway, and I end up finding really nice people, not much danger, and beautiful hidden gems. So out of the 127 countries I've been to so far, these are some of the top ones people have said not to go to that I've absolutely loved the most. Starting out strong is Papua New Guinea. Has a really bad stereotype for cannibalism. They'll eat you, and other things like just general danger in their main capital city, which country doesn't have that problem, like the United States. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and bash those stereotypes, tell you about my experience, and show you the amazing hidden gems that I found there. Just a quick disclaimer before I show you all the beautiful videos and footage I have from there. It is a very difficult country to go to, and it is very expensive because tourism is not really there as it should be yet. So if you do go there, please go with an experienced guide. I went there through an NGO that I was helping with. They're called PNG Tribal, highly recommended, but you definitely need someone there to help you navigate it. It's not because it's dangerous, it's just because it's really freaking difficult, which I'll explain to you more in the video. So check out Papua New Guinea and add it to your bucket list. The first stereotype of Papua New Guinea looks probably something like this, with tribes dressed up and probably going to kill you for cannibalism, but that's not true. They don't practice cannibalism anymore, and they don't even dress up like this anymore unless it's for show. You can see hundreds of the local tribes dress up in their cultural wear and do dances at the Goroka show each year. But this is purely for show. They really don't wear these types of things anymore. So now let's talk about the cannibalism. First and foremost, cannibalism no longer exists, and I walked through a jungle barefoot to I can see the caves where it used to exist and where they used to keep the skulls of people who tried to invade and clearly failed. But again, this practice is no longer happening, and it hasn't for 50 or more years, so please don't be afraid of that. The next negative stereotype is that Port Moresby is very dangerous, but Port Moresby is a capital city, and like most of them, there is crime rates there. It's not as bad as many other places, including the U.S., and if you want to just avoid it, be a smart traveler, book your stay at nicer places where you know there are security and in good areas. So now let's move on to the highlights of the country. Unfortunately, tourism isn't that advanced there, so getting around isn't exactly easy. I'm just kidding. This is a relic. There are actual planes there, but the schedules and the reliability of flights are very terrible. But if you can actually get there, I highly recommend going to the area of East New Britain and Rabaul. The only real way to get to Rabaul is by flight, and again, the flights are really bad in Papua New Guinea, so make sure you spend enough time there in case you have some cancellations. Anyway, the Duke of York Islands are these stunning places where there are wild dolphins as well as plenty of sea life. Everything here is just so certainly beautiful and not at all what I was expecting when I was thinking of Papua New Guinea. We even found some local kids that let us climb up onto their property to jump off of it. We did some snorkeling. Again, the sea life here is just incredible, and the coral, although it doesn't look like there, is still very colorful. So you can see the volcano in the background. Clear waters again, just absolutely stunning. And speaking of sea life, the food here was absolutely amazing. There's just so much fresh food, fresh seafood, and then if you're really daring, you can go ahead and climb an active volcano that they have called Mount Two River, where there's a hot spring at the bottom. You can boil eggs as well. Anyway, so this hike isn't too strenuous, but it is a bit hot. And at the top, you can actually see right down into the middle with the boiling magma. But again, it's inactive, supposedly. For World War II buffs or history buffs, there's a lot of old paraphernalia from then. This is a war bunker. And this is the family that lives on the property now to show it. Speaking of which, everyone I came in contact with in Papua New Guinea was so sweet and kind. I really, really loved all of them. And they showed us all of their hidden gems. This is a waterfall on someone's property that they happily showed us. Overall, I'd give Papua New Guinea a 10 out of 10 for bucket list destinations, but only for those who are true travelers.